enabled, but also how the products together with services will enable delivery the value to the consumers in line with their expectation is what has been enhanced in this, and that is the reason why it is must. Since it is almost around now 6 months from the launch date, exactly today is the 6 months from the launch date. If you look at it, to 12th August to the 12th February to 12th August, 6 months. So I have already conducted around 5-6 batches on ITIL Foundation version 5, and also there is an enhancement which has been done where Foundation ITIL 4 Foundation version 5 from 4 to 5 you can bridge it through a more faster way of doing it. As we go ahead, we'll speak about it, and we have already spoken about it during our earlier webinars and seminars on the subject matter.
Right. Thank you for explaining that in detail. And now that we understand why version 5 is such a significant milestone, I think there's a lot of questions around the key changes between ITIL version 4 and ITIL version 5. So could you explain some of the most important changes that have happened?
Yes, sure. Basically, most important thing is in ITIL version, sorry, version 5, the AI has been introduced in all the facets and all the components of value system. It is now moved from service value system to a value system. Value chain activities have moved, service value chain activities have moved from value chain activities to service value chain activities to value chain activities. There were 6 activities earlier, now there are 8 activities. The 6 activities were related to plan, improve, engage, design, transition, obtain, and build, deliver, and support. They have moved to discover, design, acquire, build, transition, operate, deliver, and support. This directly maps with any service journey or a product journey the consumer has with the service provider organization. Hence, that has been introduced. An earlier version, there was around 34 management practices classified into 3 types of management practices, which were related to general management practice, service management practice, and technical management practice. In version 5, it has been clubbed. General management practice remains, which are 12 in number, and 22 practices of products and service management practices, which are focusing more on implementation and delivery of products and services. AI coverage has been included quite a lot, not only in guiding principles, but in governance, also in the continual improvements, also in the value chain activities. It has been included in all the facets and components of the value system in order to enhance utilization of AI. Also, AI governance module has been separately created. We'll go and look at it as well in shortly. That has been introduced, which does not require any prerequisite, and one can go ahead and do it irrespective of the level in the organization you are in. It is not for the senior level, it is for all the levels in the organization. They can pursue the ITIL AI governance module. And sustainability factor, which was not there, environmental sustainability factor with respect to has been added consistently. Now, earlier we were saying that the value is utility warranty plus experience. Now we say utility warranty experience plus sustainability, which is very critical and important aspect, which has been added in version 5. Platform engineering, service, products, and experience. These are 3 major platforms that have been distinctly put in place in order to match people's growth path within the organization and career aspirations. So scope was an ITIL 4 with service management. Now it is a digital products and service management. That's what we have spoken about in depth.
Right. And I think that covered a lot of major changes that are happening, some really meaningful changes also. One thing we have actually witnessed over the past couple of years is obviously the rapid rise of AI. So, how has ITIL version 5 adapted to this shift? And why is AI governance becoming such an important capability for IT professionals today, just like you spoke about it in this slide?
Yes, so basically, as I told you, AI governance is very critical and important today because three important aspects in AI governance are very critical for every organization to follow. That is related to ethics, emotions, and empathy. These are the three critical areas where ethics AI governance comes into picture. There are five models of AI governance framework which were related to OECD. Then there is a model related to UNESCO for ethical governance. There is a model related to NIST, NIST risk management system, ISO 42000 framework, and also ISO IEEE 7000 2021 has been added. And these governance model has made it very critical and important to manage the ethics, emotions, and the empathy towards people and human being, because human beings are very critical and important. As a user, the systems needs to take care of these three aspects of ethics, emotions, and empathy, which has been added specifically to cover the securities and safeties related to AI governance with respect to human beings in an organization, those who are following it and those who are implementing it either. So applicable for everybody. We have a 6C model in which is introduced in governance for the AI governance, then dedicated to public only extension module it is, which is very, which does not require any prerequisites, and one can, irrespective of level in the organization, one can go ahead and pursue this kind of a course. And this course is offered by, it has been recently launched this month. So you would be able to get this slowly and steadily getting rolled out globally, and all the most of the ATOs, that is including Simplilearn, would offer this course to the learners very shortly. Yeah.
Right. And it's a wonderful addition to have. It actually shows how future focused the framework, ITIL framework has become. And with that, I have one more question. So, if version 5 offers so many improvements, why do you think many of the industry is still operating on older versions? And for professionals attending today's webinar, what opportunity does that create?
Okay, so why still people are using it? Because again, transition time is a time which is very critical and important. Some of the organizations are big enough to take a decision, and they obviously are creating a roadmap towards moving towards the newer version. I have seen that. I have already conducted many sessions for even the corporate houses which are trying to move from ITL version 4 to ITL version 5, but it is a slow pace. It will go ahead as the demand increases, as the needs of the increases, as the market scenario makes it more conducive to use this. People are going to shift towards that, and it is more opportunity for the people, individuals in the organization, individuals across the globe to venture into it, and it is going to be very useful as a asset to have, or certification to have, which showcases your proficiency and efficiency in not only the ITIL or DPSM, but also inclusive of AI, which showcases that you are aware of how the things are working and will work in the overall value system.
Right. Thank you, Bipin. We've actually understood why version 5 matters and why timing also matters in adoption. But I think another important question that's probably on everyone's mind is, does earning this certification actually translate into better career opportunities and also higher salaries? That's exactly what we wanted to cover in today's session. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, certainly it does help. Versus non-certified versus upgrade. See, it's all an upgrade. It is an important thing. Whenever we are in any field, we need to upgrade ourselves to the latest of the technology, latest of these frameworks, latest of the methodologies, in order to showcase that we are able to adopt to the changing worlds, and adopt to the new way of working, and adopt to the way in which we can deliver better value to our products, customers and users for through delivery of right products and services in line with their expectation. And that is going to be critical always. So hence, obviously, it is going to help to enhance and update your knowledge, which is required to be always put at the currency level in which the market is moving. And that's absolutely critical and important to have it.
Right. I can thank you, Bipin. But before we go ahead, I just wanted to address somebody who was sharing messages in the chat. Bablu Singh, I understand you have concerns, but if you do have concerns, please write to support@webinars.net, support at simplylearn.net. They will be able to address your questions and queries. What we can do is probably share your feedback with the team and they will get back to you. But this webinar, like I mentioned in the beginning, is related to ITIL, and we would highly appreciate if you could keep it relevant to today's webinar. So if you spam us with messages, we won't be able to help you with that. With that, I think we have covered the salary trends, and that actually makes a compelling case. But for someone who's just starting their journey in ITIL, where should they actually start? Is the foundation certification the end goal, or is there something bigger that they must focus on?
Okay, so it's basically Foundation version 5 provides you with there's a prerequisite for rest of the courses which you can do. As you grow in your organization, there is a growth path given by PeopleCert to grow in a certifications, not only in certifications, but also it gives you certain amount of designation. So there are practice manager courses which are there, which are related to 15 practices, which are bifurcated into classified into three areas of manage support and or monitor support and fulfill. PIC, that is plan, improve, and control, and then assure, grow, improve, and assure. So these are the three practice areas which covers 5 practices each. So once you complete this and transition module, you will be given a designation of a practice manager. Then there are professional courses, which are management professional courses, which are 3 in number. Earlier, we had CDS, that is Create, Deliver, and Support, Drive Stakeholders Value. And finally, we had the High Velocity IT. So all these three have been renamed to Product, Services, and Experience. So these are the combination of material which has been created from earlier versions, and they have been aligned in a way in which those who want to focus on product development can go with the product management professional. Those who are into service, want to remain in service, can go into service. And those who want to more create more better experience for their consumers can look for the experience. And then when you have transformation module, then you become a designation of management professional in each of these three areas. Moving from, then we have one more thing, plan, improve, and control, which is a part of basically ITL strategist. If you do digital strategies and transformation, you become a ITL strategist directly. And then once you do practice manager courses, one of the practice managers, and all three of your experience products and services, and digital IT strategy, you become a part of ITIL master. So transformation is very critical. This is how the levels have been moved today, aligned to previous versions, and slowly and steadily, PeopleCert is starting introducing these new modules for public to go ahead and get certified on.
Right. Thank you so much, Bipin. I think there's a related question to what we spoke about, so I'd like to pass that on to you. So,
Okay.
someone's actually asking, what's the recommended certification level? Is it foundation, specialist, strategist, or leader?
So it goes from, that's what how we people grow in an organization. Foundation is a prerequisite, not for AI governance, but it is an extended course, so that can be taken by anybody, so not an issue. But to move from to practice manager to management professional to ITL strategist and ITL master, you need this clear cut path. You need to go ahead and take up foundation first. Number two, could be practice manager in one of the areas. Number three could be three, four, and five could be products, services, and experience, then transformation, and then you go ahead with ITIL, digital IT strategy. So you become a master. So six courses, you become directly ITIL master. That's a normal scenario how you go ahead and take them up. Exactly the similar passion in which we took in ITL 4, but here, in addition to ITL 4 modules, you need to take a transition module also in order to ensure that you are transitioning from ITL 4 to ITL version 5. All right.
Right. Thank you so much, Bipin. And I think there's one more question, and this is something that we commonly get asked a lot. So, how is it different from PMP? How is ITL actually different?
Okay, you are looking at two different scenarios. ITIL is basically a framework for digital products and service management. While creating the framework, while creating products, when you are using, let's say, ITL product, when you are creating a product, you might use a project management methodology to create a product. And when once the product is created and is put in the operational and maintenance environment, ITL takes over it. And any enhancement, improvement to the products would be taken through ITIL for as a change enablement management practice. So PMP, this ITIL4 is a framework which can plug and play different types of methodologies, including DevOps, including PMI, including Prince 2 Foundation and Practitioner, including P2 Prince 2 Foundation and Practitioner Agile. All these are okay. It also, when it comes to various other frameworks, each practice can plug and play different frameworks like information security management practice can plug and play ISO 27000 standard, right? When we are talking about AI, 42,000 standard comes into picture. When we are talking in terms of general service management, 20,000 comes into picture. So all this ITIL can plug and play various different methodologies and procedures and functions to enhance delivery of products and services in line with the expectations of it. This is a framework which can embed multiple methodologies and standards. Am I communicating?
Yes, yes. And that actually puts a lot of things into perspective and gives us more clarity on that. I hope that answers your question, Vedula. And with that, I think we can move on to the next topic. So many professionals are trying to understand what these certifications can mean for their long-term career growth. So based on the roles that you have worked with, how does certification influence the kind of opportunities and salary ranges professionals can realistically expect? Like, what is the pay that they can expect?
So, if we start with the service delivery manager, that somewhere the roles will go up to, see, depends upon the experience, depend upon the area in which we. So, salary is one important aspect which is very critical and important. Is depends upon the organization in which you are joining, organization which you belong. So you cannot expect the salary levels to be the similar in MNC, Indian MNCs and foreign MNC in Fortune 500 companies. They would differ definitely, but certainly people with the higher qualifications, higher certifications, and they are able to showcase their knowledge and implementation of that knowledge. Obviously, in a longer run, they are likely to be benefited over their non-certified peers.
Thank you. It's actually encouraging to see how much the pay varies and how they can actually get there as well. And there's also one very common perception that advanced ITL designations are only meant for senior leaders. So is that actually the case, or can early and mid-career professionals also work towards these roles?
So it's not like it is for seniors. Anybody and everybody, those who are pursuing their careers and want to target their career, grow their careers, they can plan it as a part of their career planning of taking ITL courses. Not necessary that within a year you should be able to do all the master courses. People do that also. There are crash courses where 52-week course is available, where people do all the courses and then they become master. But It is always important and useful as you grow in your career. You grow in the certifications also. That makes more sense. It shows more maturity towards inheritance of the knowledge and utilization of the knowledge and implementation of the knowledge. So knowing one thing and implementing the one is the other. So it is important that you go steadily grow in an organization. You can definitely take a career path of around 3 to 5 years to ensure that all the certification you go to master level. By the time the new version will come in, and then you should be able to smoothly transition from masters to masters in the earlier next upcoming versions. So normally, why the versions have been created is to align with the market demands and market needs for particular area and certifications. All organization today, we never thought that ITL 5 will come so fast, but it did still come in, and it is slowly getting adopted, and it is likely to move at a higher pace now as compared to last 6 months, because most of the
Yes.
courses are also available for the higher version of courses related to practice managers and management professional and digital IT strategy, etc.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for answering that question, Bipin. And I also think we have another relevant question. There are a few questions about the preparation. We have a segment for that, so we will cover. I will surely pass on your questions during that segment. But another question we have received is from Megha, and she says that she belongs from a non-IT background. So will this certification benefit me?
So non-IT background, if your organization is using any electronic or digital products and services to deliver value or deliver services to your consumers, yes. I have seen many people in HR doing it. I have seen many people in retail doing it. I have seen many people in hospitality industry doing it, tourism industry doing it. So it is not a restriction because customer is everywhere. Wherever there is a customer, you are likely to have DPSM coming into picture, because most of the organization today are delivering their products and services using digital platform. And whenever you are delivering products and services using digital platform, it is important and critical to be aware of the digital platform, and the one framework which allows you to do a basic minimum is a foundation which enable you to understand the needs, why the digital platform are important for delivering of products and services to the consumer. That makes quite a bit of sense. And
Right.
once you are into it, then depending upon the type or business vertical you are in, you can go ahead and decide what next you can do, right? It is not
Yeah.
only meant for IT and IT enabled services. It is one of the myths people have, but
Yes.
it is not only meant for IT and IT enabled services. It is meant for all the industries, include which are delivering the products and services using digital platforms.
Right. Thank you for answering that question. And I think we can take one more question and then move to the next segment. We will, if I have missed out on any of your questions, I will surely take this up in the Q&A. But I think Vedula asked us about the PMP certification. So she has a question related to that itself. So she says she is a PMP certified TPM with 15 years experience. I'm in the top tier that you just displayed. How can the certification help me? Don't take me wrong, I really want to understand because she already has 15 years of experience in PMP.
Okay, so this is a very specific question related to a particular person. So whenever you're creating a project, PMP is a methodology for project management and effective project management, generally and globally used in Americans and non-Americans and related countries. This methodology also is a methodology for development of products, wherein once the product is developed, once you're managing the product, you're managing the people. Once the product is ready, the your it is now to be moved from operation. It is to be now moved from project environment into operational and maintenance environment. PMP does not talk much about moving from operational to maintenance environment. How it will be further supported during operational environment. This is the framework ITIL 4, which or ITIL framework 5 for whatever 3. Right from there, it allows the operational and maintenance environment to be consistently enhanced in line with the expectations of the customer. So that is very critical. And then if you are and software line, software is basically project would be one time, but implementation of that consistent implementation, even if you develop a legacy system, now legacy system had developed project using project management methodology, either prince2 or PMP, you move it into the operational maintenance environment and ITL takes over. Now if you are again enhancing that, depending upon the uh, change enable, depending upon the impact of the change, you might reuse the methodology for project management to enhance the product and put it back into operational and maintenance environment. This cycle continues. It is not going to stop. It is
Right.
going to be continuous cycle, and it will always, that's why we say continual improvement.
Yeah.
None of the project management methodologies talk about continual improvement, but however, the continual improvement is very critical aspect of ITIL4 framework. It's one of the important components and also enables gathering of improvement opportunities across various platforms, not only from internally within the organization, but also from customers, from the partners and suppliers, digital product vendors, and also from regulators, where you are actually complying with their processes. In order to comply, we need to keep on updating the processes and updating our products and services, which is a continual part of it, not only gathering it, but activating it, actioning it out, where we use the methodologies differently. So, in fact, there is a very good thing which has come in ITIL version 5, which is a correlationship between ITIL version ITIL framework and project management methodology and the development methodology together. So there is an integration between the three of them, which has been very clearly articulated and which we cover as a part of our discussion during the course.
Right. Thank you so much for clarifying that. We have a lot more questions, but we'll definitely take that up towards the end, and we will be addressing that in the coming slides as well. So, Bipin, from a hiring perspective, what does the current demand for ITIL professionals look like across different markets, and what trends are you seeing that professionals should be aware of?
See, basically, every market today needs professionals who are certified, who can showcase that they are certified. And this today, all said and done, it becomes the first criteria for selecting or your CV getting shortlisted. Also, the first criteria whether you have done ITL 4, ITL version 4 or 5 or not, and how are you able to enhance it and consistently enhance it. That's becomes a entry criteria or scrutiny criteria, what you can say. And first thing which the recruiters today will look at are you, even if they will say, okay, fine, you want ITL, you want service management, you should be ITL version 5 certified. So that is
Right.
a bare minimum criteria. And rest of the cases, as you move ahead, climb the hierarchical chain, similarly, the courses related to those would also be very important and useful. So in all the markets, not only in India, but across the globe, this is the first thing which people see is showcase and application. They will always look at whether knowledge is one thing and how do you apply that knowledge is also very critical and important. So when you write it in a CV, it helps in shortlisting. When you are actually taking an interview, you are talking about the how you have implemented, how you applied the knowledge. It becomes much more easier and faster for you to get shortlisted.
Yes, thank you for that, Bipin. And I think here you really clarified that certification plays a very significant role in even while they submit their resume. So, does the certification help after the interview begins? And how does it influence the hiring decisions much earlier in the recruitment process as well?
Okay, that's what we discussed about. Screening is the first thing which happens. So if you have done course, if you are saying that, okay, you are ITL version, foundation version 5 certified, your CV gets shortlisted very easily. So first thing, first criteria where people look at as search criteria, you take it at Naukri or you take it at any other website for service or any other organization sites also. First thing, the recruiter or the person who is on talent acquisition will look at whether you are certified. That's the first thing. After you are getting certified, you are uh, shortlisted. Once you are shortlisted, then your applicability of that knowledge is what being checked by the technically by the people who are hiring you or the interviewers. There are various rounds of interviews, technical interviews, HR round of interviews, and all that. But mostly in technical interviews, people will be interviewing that, understanding what the application which you can do and what you have done using it, and then it takes you to a sector wherever you are more capable of, more skill sets are related. Please, it is important to focus on your core business sector also. Along with the certification, it is critical and important to focus on more sectors, related sectors. Suppose you are from telecom, concentrate on telecom sector, the technicals of telecom sector. If you're in banking, concentrate on banking sector. If you are from hospitality, concentrate on hospitality. Tourism, concentrate on them. If you're IT, concentrate on them. If you are part of implementation of ERP, please concentrate on your technical area, which is very critical along with these courses. Not only the courses related to ITIL will help, but also your technical knowledge related to the domain area from where you're coming is absolutely critical and vital for you to show that it can be applicable there. So this is
Right.
how it is there. Not certified is a scenario where possibly you can get a low priority, but very difficult, very strange it would be if you get a call from people also or not. Because this criteria, first scrutiny criteria only, they will, your CV will be off.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's a major thing as well. So it's a valuable insight also because many professionals underestimate the role certification plays. And I think when they are looking for a salary hike, it can definitely contribute as well. So, Bipin, with that, I would like to come to the next segment where we discuss how one can effectively prepare for ITL foundation exam. So can we start with the exam overview? What is covered in this exam? What can they expect?
Okay, so basically, exam overview is you have around 40 questions which are asked. You are given around 60 minutes to answer these questions. If you are taking an exam in English, it is 60 minutes. If you are taking exams in any other language other than English, which are all foreign languages, are the courses are available. This exam can be taken. It includes Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, Scottish, German, French, Brazilian, Italian, and so on and so forth. You get 25% extra time in all the exams, not only in foundation, but higher level exam also, you get 25% of extra time. By rule, if you are taking in English, you have around 40 questions to be answered in 60 minutes. That makes it a time management around 90 seconds. And plus, there are no negative marking, absolutely. There are no trick questions. If you are able to read the question carefully, underline the keyword in the question, you will be able to understand French, which knowledge area the question has come in, right? Understand that, read the options available, underline the keyword in the options also, and match them. Invariably, the right match would be ideally found by you very easily. It's not very difficult. In most of the cases, you get around 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds, you will get 90% of the questions answered. Each question may take around 30 seconds for 90% of the questions. Few questions may need multiple reading, but which is very rare. Okay. Then obviously you have a pass mark of 26, which is 65% of the marks. And obviously you have four types of questions which are asked. I think that is also covered here. First type of question is called as a standard OTQ. That is objective type question. Why we call it as an objective type question is basically because of the fact that you have no more than four options for each of the questions. No less, no more. So that's why we call it as a OTQ. It differs from MCQ because in MCQ sometimes option can be numbered two options, three options, five options, seven options. But here number of options are always standard around four. So not around four, it's four. So the first type of question is called as the standard OTQ, in which the question would be like on the syllabus area, which of the following is a value component of the value system? Out of four options, one will be the value of will be the component of the value system. The other three will not be. So you have to identify the right one. That's called as standard OTQ. Non-standard OTQ is something which is different, which says that which of the following is not a component of the value system. Out of four options, one will be not and three would be the part of the, you have to identify which one is not. Then there is a fill in the blank question which comes in, right? It is called as missing word question. Identify the missing word in the following sentence, it will say, and it will put a question bracket and a question mark for the blank and put the statement and give four options to fill that word. So that's the third type. Fourth type of question is we call it as multiple choice, multiple answer question, wherein in a context of the question you are given four statement. Out of four statement, one, two, three, and four. Out of four statement, two statements are right in the context of the question. So, and the combination of the two statement right is also given. When one and two is right, option becomes A. Two and three is right, option becomes B. Three and four is right, option becomes C. And one and four is right, option becomes D. There is no possible other possible combinations like two and four and one and three. So that's how it works out. There are no tricks question. You are not allowed to use any courseware. Okay, during the exam for foundation. Good news is that PeopleCert has said that, okay, in the upcoming exams for uh, beyond foundation, they will be giving you an open book exam.
Okay.
So that is going to start from practice, even from management practices or a practice manager to your management professional and ITL, even the digital IT strategy. So those will be open book questions. And there
Right.
is a standard case study which has been introduced by PeopleCert in ITIL version 5, which is called as ICR, that is the car hire services or case study, which is consistent, which is used in introduced in foundation and be uh, taken up right up to master's level depending upon the needs of the course. The case study would be uh, 1 or 2 page case study or addendum would be added for that case study. And the questions will be asked based on that. That's how it works out.
Thank you so much for explaining that in depth. You gave us a good overview of the exam, and I think there was one question related to that as well. So this person wanted us to explain the exam format, and one more additional question this person had was how long does preparation actually take? Because we addressed.
Okay, so preparation depends upon your initiatives. It is very critical. Preparation, there are 80 people cert has recommended this course can be taken at your space, your speed. If you're interested, you can do it as quickly within a week's time, as quickly as that, because 2 days of course, 16 hours. So Friday, Saturday and Sunday, you can take a course and another preparation material of around four case studies or rather four sample papers or mock tests are available. You can use those and get them revised. That's one way or fastest way of doing it. And some people take a little bit more time saying that, okay, fine, I'll take a course over a period of two weekends. So that makes it 60 around 2 weekend plus another 5 to 1 week or so. So that takes us 3 weeks. It depends upon how you want to go and how uh, what is your focus and how you are able to concentrate. Your concentration span is very important. Here, we would the basically the faculty would make sure that their course syllabus is completed and also make sure that you are able to understand everything thread and bare. But the practice which you have to do as an individual, you have to do it. Nobody else can do it for you. You have to do it. More you practice, the more perfect you become. And you sometimes I have seen people become nervous because they have not taken exam for last 10 years or so. So they become very nervous. So that should not happen. We have removed those myths in the session itself. So it gets removed. Don't worry about it. And the third way of taking a course is once again is 2 hours daily. That 16 hours means over a period of 2 weeks. It's period of around 2 working weeks. People take it that way also. It depends upon your space, your style, whatever you need, whatever you feel comfortable with, please go ahead. But make sure that you have a highly effective person, Stephen Covey's concept in place, begin with end in mind.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you for addressing that, and I'm pretty sure that that clarified the query. So with that, now that we already spoke about the time for preparation, could you share some really good or effective preparation strategies that they can adopt if they are interested in preparing for this exam?
So basically, good strategies are always going to be there. So we have already, as for Simplilearn is concerned, we have already a cheat sheet created, which enables you to understand end-to-end revision, end-to-end conceptualization of foundation version 5, and so on and so forth. It is important that you don't have to focus on what is to be learned about. So basically, we are talking in terms of key areas as a key concept. Key concepts are related to product services, digital product, digital services, service relationships. All these are very critical. Then we have 4 dimensions of service management, which are the resources, which are very critical. Then we have the um value system, which we need to learn about, wherein we talk about the overall value system, opportunities and demands, where we talk about the components of the value system, which are in terms of guiding principles, governance, then value chain activities, then your practices, and finally the continual improvement. We have also value streams and processes in detail. We will be studying about the value stream mapping, value stream management, value stream analysis. These are very critical aspects which we will be talking about. And once this theory is completed, right, it is important to focus on your other areas such as looking at the looking at the resources. We have various resources. Simplilearn offers you with resources related to your videos, self-learning videos, courseware, sessions, then recordings, and concept slides. When we do session, take a session, concept slides are given during the session, which are part of the recording. And also you once you register with PeopleCert, you get an access to ITIL for Foundation version 5 manual from PeopleCert. Please make sure that you at least have one reading about that. It's a very good material, excellent material. English is very, very normal and standard English, so you don't have to worry much about it. Once that is done, then you also have the mock tests and the simulation tests which are available. In addition to what you have it in Simplilearn or as a learning management system, you have additional mock tests which are available, which are a paid product from PeopleCert. If you are interested, you can take that separately. You also have a take two from PeopleCert, which is additional. But if you clear it in the first, additional fees are there. But you clear it in the first attempt, you don't need a second attempt. That money is not returned back to you by PeopleCert. So make sure that you take it appropriately. And obviously, once you solve it, always solve any question paper or any sample paper with focus on understanding where you have gone right and why you have gone wrong. So if you have gone wrong, don't blindly, okay, yeah, this is the right answer, I should have done it. No, please read back into the courseware and the 5 resources which you have. Clearly, you will articulate the right thing and it will be kept in mind. So you are allowed to make mistake once, right? Not
Yeah.
beyond that.
Right. Those are also some really good strategies. Thank you for sharing that, Vipin. And one thing, you have trained so many professionals already. So, what are some of the common pitfalls that you see students make? Some of the mistakes they can actually avoid while preparing?
So first of the mistakes is that which I have already stated. not very categorically, but yes. So people, when they are solving the question and they see the right answer different from there, they correct that answer. That's not to be done unless we go into the detail and understand why the right answer given by the rationale is right. Please understand that detailing are given. Don't blindly correct it. That's first myth which people make. Okay, because they always that things are right. No, but understand why you've gone wrong. It's very important so that you will not make the mistake again. If you don't understand it, you'll make the same mistake again. So make sure that you don't do that. And always do not revisit your answers. It does happen, and when you are, I have seen that practically many people do right answer wrong by reviewing the question again and again. Because every time you are reading the question, you may not be reading in the same sequence in which you have read it earlier. So one word here and there could give you a lot of problem or issue there. So make sure that you read it carefully once and for all. Underline the keyword. Once the keyword is underlined, find out that exact keyword in the question pair or the options available, and then use the elimination method to change it. Invariably, you will always get a right answer directly. There is hardly any case where two answers are right except for the multiple choice questions. Otherwise, no. So there is absolutely no scenario here. But when we underline a keyword, we'll understand the syllabus area, and that's very important. Understanding the syllabus area is absolutely critical for us to take it up.
Right. And Bipin, there are also a lot of mixed audience today. Some of them completely new to ITIL, some holding the version 4, some who have written the version 3. So how should they determine the most appropriate paths they can take forward? How do they decide what they have to do next?
Okay, that's a good thing. And People Cert has also given you a clear-cut path as to what you need to do. If you are earlier than ITL version 4 foundation, right? Then possibly you don't have to go for a bridge course from ITL 4 to ITL 5 foundation. You can directly go for a normal course. And basically, ITL, in any case, ITL 3 foundation is not valid as of now because examinations stopped only in the year of 2011 onwards. So I don't think nobody would be, people who are certified with foundation want to pursue ITL 5 foundation. So that's a direct, we will have to go for direct course. Only in case of ITL 4 courses, you have the chance of using a bridge course for foundation, as well as for other courses you can have the management professional courses, management practice courses, along with the transformation to upgrade yourself from ITL version 4 to ITL version 5 course, right?
Right. Yes, thanks for addressing that question. And there's one more question I think is relevant. So, this attendee wants to know what's the pass rate and difficulty level for this exam.
Okay, difficulty levels, pass rate is very high, and high because of the fact that you have to be very careful, and basically because this is also prerequisite. Why should people search stop you from going for higher grades of examination? So that is very easy. But all said, having said that, it's not very simple and straightforward. But yes, you need to focus and concentrate on what you need to do. Pass rate, global pass rate, maybe I'm not aware of, but 80% is what Simplilearn pass rate is, and little bit higher in for people who have attended my sessions. I have vouch for that. And about if you say you asked about pass rate, and you asked about.
The difficulty level.
Yeah, difficulty level remains the same. Difficulty, the concept of difficulty level is called as Boom's level. Boom level 1 and 2 is questions are asked in this. Boom level 1 is basically of recalling of recalling of what you have learned with examples. And Boom's level 2 is all about understanding the concept. This is asked. Boom level 3, 4, 5, and 6 is not asked in ITIL foundation. The three is application analysis, then implementation, then it comes to implementation, and finally creation. So that is not available for three, 4, and 5, and 6 is not there for foundation. Only 1 and 2. That is understanding and recall. That's it. No memorization. Please do not memorize, do not learn. You don't expect, people say, do not expect you to learn anything. They are expect you to understand and apply that well.
Right. Thank you for actually answering that question, and we hope that answered all of your queries. So, with that, I think it's time for us to discuss about the certification that we provide at Simplilearn. So, we have an ITIL Foundation version 5 certification training. I'll quickly walk you all through some of the course highlights here. So, first, your course fee already includes the official examination fee, so you don't have to purchase that separately if you decide to join our training program. So you will also receive official accredited training, which means you're learning from a curriculum aligned with the certification requirements as well. Preparation is another area where we invest heavily. So you will have access to over 100 premium practice questions, mock tests, industry scenarios, and exam style assessments, just like Bipin mentioned earlier. So by the time you sit for the exam, you will know exactly what to expect. You will also receive the official Paper Cert courseware and ebook, cheat sheets, and also structured study plan as a part of this training program. And perhaps most importantly, this also includes our 100% first attempt pass guarantee. So that reflects the confidence we have both in the quality of the training and the support you will receive throughout your learning journey. So these are some of the highlights we wanted to share with all of you. And I'm sure a lot of you have questions about the course curriculum. So Bipin, can you quickly walk us through the course curriculum that we offer?
Yes, sure. So this is a typical course curriculum for ITIL Foundation version 5, starting with the two areas of key concepts where we cover the related to product services, service offerings, and value, output, outcomes, cost, risk, and second part is the service relationship, which is there, which is a part of the chapter 1 itself. Two areas of key concept. One is the products and services, and next there's a relationship. Then we talk about the 4 dimensions of products and service management, which is basically the concept related to 4M of manufacturing, as well as related to pillars of manufacturing. Same way, 4 dimensions of digital products and service management are 4 pillars of DPSM. Then we cover product life cycle. Life cycle is incorporated from diamond model, which is inclusive of the 8 set of activities which are part of the value system, which are discover, design, acquire, build, transition, operate, deliver, and support. And then we have value system, which includes the guiding principles, governance, value chain activities, practices, and finally the continual improvement. Then we cover value streams and value stream identification, mapping, and value stream uh, management. Then we cover about ITIL and AI, which is embedded actually in all the modules of value system. And then finally, we cover the last chapter, which is module 10, which we call it as, or it's shown here as chapter 7, which is related to ITIL and other frameworks or the methodologies, in fact, like DevOps and project management methodology like Prince2 Foundation and Practitioner, and Prince2 Agile methodologies. So this is covered. So each and every area of these which is specified here is examinable with a varying degree of number of questions.
Right. I think that gives us a lot of clarity on how the curriculum looks like and how they can apply this in their exams as well, how relevant this is for them. So, with that, I will move on to the course investment for this training program. So, for Indian learners, the course fee is 38,136 rupees, and for US learners, it's $839. For APAC, for Africa, and ME, it's $699. And if you're joining us from anywhere else, you can just visit the course page. So I have shared the link in the chat. You can go there, take a look at the course details as well. So someone has asked us to share success stories from others who have completed the course. So all of these details are mentioned in our course page. So you can go through the curriculum in depth and you can see what we cover. And what this course fee includes is, like I mentioned earlier, live online interactive classroom training by AI practitioners with 15 plus years of experience and ITIL experts in this field, 60 plus hours across 8 weeks. You have also a lot of projects as a part of this. So I will quickly share the link in the chat with all of you. If you would like to enroll, I will launch a poll right now. Please click on a yes, and our team will reach out to you at the earliest for the same. So even if you have questions about this course, the team will be able to help you with that as well. So I will quickly launch the poll for all of you. Just give me a minute. Yeah, so if you are interested in this program, in this training program, and if you would like to know more, the poll should be now visible to all of you. And however, we won't be able to address more questions about this course because we have slightly extended our time for this webinar as well. We really hope to see a lot of you as a part of our classes. Bipin will also be taking a few batches coming up. So it would be great to have you all as a part of Simplilearn family. And I think, Bipin, there's one question that was pending from our side that we did not address. So someone's asking how long is the certification valid and what is required for renewal? And what's the recommended timeline to complete the certification? Three questions. So first is
Okay.
how long is the certification valid?
Yeah, the validity of the certificate is foundation certificate or any other certificate beyond foundation is 3 years. Okay. Then the second part of the question is from the date of issue, from the date of clearing the exam, it is the certificate is valid for the period of 3 years, including foundation and the rest of them. Now, renewal can be done two ways. Our first way of renewal is take an exam after every 3 years. The second way of renewal is by going through, by registering, you will receive a certificate number. By registering that certificate number in PeopleSearch site, you will be able to get the PDUs which are required or CPDs which are required for you to garner over a period of 3 years. So 20 CPDs if you garner, they will be always sending this is a seminar which is happening. Please attend this seminar. One of seminar you attend 1 mark, 1 point you get like this. If you consistently keep on adhering to their time schedules of seminars and the meetings like these, then probably you can garner 20 points no, per year. And if you garner 60 points over a period of or CPDs over a period of 3 years, automatically your certificate gets renewed to next cycle of 3 years and the cycle continues. That's way two. Way
Yeah.
three is also there. If you get a higher level certification, for example, you have completed the foundation now in the year, in the month of, let's say, uh, August, 31st August, you have completed. It will be valid till 30th August of 2029. In between, next year you do some other course like ITL products. Okay. When you do ITL version 5 products, automatically your version 5 product is 1 year down the line, so you complete it on the 30th of August, 31st of August 2027, then that would be valid till 30th August 2030, and this foundation certificate will automatically be updated to 2030. 31st August, right? That's the third way of doing it. All three ways are applicable.
Yes, thank you for addressing that question. So I hope all of your questions are answered. So with that, I'm gonna end this poll right here. So I know a lot of you had queries about the certificate as well. So I'm gonna launch another poll for the certificate. I request all of you to share your full name as you want it displayed in your certificate, and you will receive this within the next 48 working hours to your email ID. So email IDs are recorded from our side, so you just have to mention your full name. And in case this poll is not visible to all of you, I will also share an email ID in the chat. So you can write to us at webinars@simplilearn.net. So yes, so in case this is not visible for whatever reason, you can write to us and we will surely send you the recording, the slide deck and all the resources as well. And Vipin, there's one question, the final question we'll take for tonight. So one person, Tapello, I think he says, good evening, I'm not an IT person, but I'm interested in IT change management. Is this certificate going to assist me in that?
Okay, let's talk about change management. Change management is a big ball game. Okay, this ITIL 4 certification has certain practices enabled or embedded into the framework. For example, the organization change management is a practice which is embedded into ITIL 4 framework, ITIL 5 framework, which will allow you to understand what is change management about. Change management at organization level, we call it as organization change management. It will help you how the organization is, what are the steps the organization needs to take in order to make changes in the organization. For example, the very good example is if the organization, the entirety is moving from 4G network to 5G network, and the spectrum of 5G they are going into global or wherever their permission has been given to them. They're moving from 4G to 5G. The organization change management practice comes into effect, and that can be enabled by the framework itself as a part of the change enablement management practice. Change enablement management practice talks about change control. It also talks about organization change management. It also talks about embedding with the change management used in the as a part of project and program management methodology. I hope
Right.
that should answer their question.
Yes, yes. I hope that answers your question, Tapello. But thank you for clarifying that as well, Bipin. So with that, I'm going to end this certificate poll, and we have come to the end of today's webinar. So before we wrap up, I firstly want to thank you, Bipin. It was a wonderful, informative session. We learned a lot, answered a lot of questions, and thank you for providing so much clarity to our audience as well. So before we wrap up, do you have any piece of advice to share with our audience?
Yeah, sure. It's always important to keep focus. That is what Stephen Covey's first principle, which I always talk about. Begin with end in mind is very important. And second thing is in ITIL, what we talk about is always enjoy in whatever you're doing. So give value to yourself and value to others. So that's very important to give value to ourselves first. So when we give value to ourselves, we will automatically give value to the others as well. Enjoy in whatever you do. See you all. Good night and enjoy.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vipin. And with that, thank you all for being a part of today's webinar. It was wonderful having so many of you join us and you stayed till the very end, which means that we hope we provided value to you. And if you have any feedbacks for us, like I mentioned, please feel free to write to us at webinars@simplilearn.net. And I really hope to see you all in the upcoming sessions as well. So with that, I'm going to conclude this webinar. Thank you, everybody, and hope to see you all very soon.